I was married 14 years, and we had some problems other than the cross-dressing. My wife didn't know about it. I kept it from her. I had clothes hidden in the attic and that I had purchased, and she would take the kids and go back to Boise, where she was from, to visit her parents, because she knew I was always bored when I went back there. So when she was gone for 2 weeks, I had a ball being a cross-dresser. And then she'd come home, I'd put everything away again. And I can't honestly say that cross-dressing had nothing to do with it, because if a person isn't able to cross-dress, even if he's married, he gets very grumpy and irritable. It's kind of a stressful situation. He needs the release of cross-dressing. I equate it to having a really, really bad day at work. Your boss yells at you, and your projects don't go right. You came in late. You may have had a flat tire. You know, the work just sucks. So on the way home, you stop at the lounge and you have a drink. And I call that the attitude readjustment hour. A couple of drinks, you feel great again. You know, you can take on the world. You go home, you're happy. Cross-dressing is the same way. You have a really bad day and you wanted to cross-dress, but you couldn't do that. And then if you can cross-dress, it releases all that stress. I'm retired and have been divorced for 25 years or more. I go out all the time. I live practically 90% of my time this way. And I do all my errands, shopping. I've had seasonal opera tickets, seasonal symphony tickets, and I go to those dressed as Ronnie, of course, and study the other women and what they're wearing. What is it? What are opera clothes? What are symphony clothes? And I go out and buy those, so I just blend in. I want to blend in with society. If you go out and, like some women, and I kind of envy them in a way, are real flashy and they wear really great clothes, and you know, they have nice figures and everything, and they're outstanding and they attract a lot of attention, but they're female. Now if I did that, if I attracted that much attention, people would soon start picking up the male traits and then determine that, yeah, I really am a male, a man in a dress. So if you blend in and do what the women do and dress like most of the women do, you really don't have a problem with it. Because people, by and large, do not expect to find cross-dressers, transvestites, or whatever at the opera. I've done it for so long now, it's a natural thing to be feminine. So that it's not a feeling of necessarily being a male, but more of a sense of portraying being female, but not really working at it hard anymore because it's becoming more natural. And I can go back and do the makeup and the clothes and be out of here and very quickly anymore, where it used to take me hours to do all that because I've done it so much. And I can go out and not feel threatened when I step out into the world. Whereas a person who doesn't get to do that very often sometimes is a little hesitant to open that front door and make that first step, because they're not, all of a sudden they've made a really drastic change, and I haven't, because it's more natural to me.